Here's what's happening in Beaufort County.
We're here today to gather public input, to present our schedule, the process, and also just to get feedback from what the community wants to have involved in the project. The US 278 corridor from Squire Pope Road to Moss Creek, and include looking at the 4 bridge replacements, widening the different options.
Well, the DOT is here and they've got their consultant team here, and the public is invited to provide input on the process with regards to the needs of 278, and it's just a public information gathering. So they've got some smart boards that they're using GIS information to help gather that information and kind of be able to zoom in on various aerial and images of the project area.
The NEPA process is the National Environmental Policy Act. It's mandated by the federal government with federal funds are used to basically go through and to go through the environmental process and find the least impactful alternative. Our next steps in our NEPA process will be to perform our technical field studies, as well as to start looking at alternatives, determining if the bridges are feasible to be widened, and then we'll present about a year and a half from now, we'll present the alternatives to the public.
Well, this is the first public meeting with the project. This is an environmental assessment that's underway, and the environmental assessment will usually take about 2.5 years. So this process will go on through spring of 2020.
I think it's probably just important for the entire area. Hilton Head is such a tourist destination that restricting traffic impacts the economy, the way of life for people. They spend so much time in traffic. To be able to improve that, as well as improve the bicycle facilities, looking at the environmental considerations for the area.
Well, 278 is a very busy corridor, and it's kind of the lifeblood for Hilton Head Island and for the economy and safety of the public. So, we've been experiencing significant growth over the last several years. In the last 4 years, we've had 8% growth out there. And so, looking at the trends, we need to identify what improvements are needed and how we're going best to address those.
I'm Craig Wynn, the SCVO project manager. Thank you for coming out to the US 278 corridor project.
And that's what's happening in Beaufort County.